I'm pretty sure it was Joe. Joe denies it. Okay. I don't know how to do that, so I can't do that. But I can host it on Twitch. No. That's okay. We need a little extra share. Thank you. Whoever just liked the stream. Who's that? Thank you, Josh Hall, for sharing the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast so far. If there's a bunch of cautions, I'm going to try not to be as... Did you know this about NASCAR? NASCAR Jeopardy this, NASCAR Jeopardy that during the cautions for me. You like NASCAR Jeopardy? I mean, okay. I enjoy NASCAR Jeopardy. It's fun. Colin Willems, thank you for liking the stream. Good luck tonight if you are racing. Are you racing? Why don't we watch Willems up? I can hear the music. I'm good. I mean, it's the music. I haven't gotten it. I sometimes intentionally watch past broadcasts just so I can hear the music, and then I just click off once that promo video is done. Also, when on our anniversary, if it's a weekday, I am gonna do a live. I'm gonna try to do like in or around our anniversary date. I'm gonna try to do a live reaction of me reacting to my first broadcast. Okay, remember this is 10-minute qualifying, so you got time. Oh, cheeseburger goes around. James F. Moore. He's the 3-car in ARCA series, and he's hit me at Watkins Glen. I tried. I didn't cause any wrecks this Monday, so I'm very proud of myself. I think I got a 0x. All right, sweet. Let's do this.
Welcome everybody to Kansas Motor Speedway. My name's Josh. I'm joined here with Atlee Atman Weiss with Intensity Broadcasting. Atlee, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and I'm excited to see what Kansas is going to bring for these trucks. I've heard that you can go full throttle in the trucks, and it's almost like a super speedway. We might see a little bit of drafting and some other stuff, so you never know what's going to happen here in the iOS truck series. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, they were joking around earlier saying this is Daytona of the Midwest. So, and with the trucks having so little power compared to the Cup cars and much more downforce being a big square box, yeah, these guys are able to hold it full throttle for quite a few laps, but just like last night in the Cup Series, I'm sure tires are going to be a major factor. As we saw last night, our winners, our 3 winners, Dakota Camper and I know Brian Nudie was up there in 5th, but the guys who saved tires to the end and had that little run were able to just drive through the field like everybody was going backwards.
And we look right now, we actually have qualifying going on right now is you see Stoney Benfield with a 31.12. He's currently on the top of the board. And let's go ahead and check out our 2021 point standings.
Yeah, right now we got Colin Willems in the lead with two wins under his belt. Devon Buccino sitting in second. He's got a win under his belt. And Logan Hagerman in third, 41 points back, also has a win under his belt, excuse me. And then you can see where your favorite drivers are on the point standings there. And
Nudie, Kinsey, both of them have wins.
Yep. And still a couple guys outside the top 16 right now. Kind of surprising. Eddie Morris, Austin Blaylock, Joseph Wright. People we kind of expected to see a little bit further up the field are sitting back a little further in the pack right now. So we'll have to see what these guys can do to get themselves into the playoffs. As we're going to go back to some qualifying here. We got Max Mcclure out on the track right now in the Tide Ride.
And as we were talking about the point standings, we haven't seen anyone dethrone Stoney Benfield for that top spot here in qualifying.
Here comes Max Mcclure across the line. See where he improves his spot too, and he's going to jump up to 7th. So not quite enough to get Stoney there, but I see TJ Floyd out on track right now as well.
He already has gotten onto the board. He's 15th. See.
He's going to jump up to 8th.
All right.
Eddie Morris. Oh, with the St. Patrick's Day colors. Look at that.
Let me check that out.
Rocking the green truck.
There we go.
Best he's going to be able to muster it up is to 14th, but we have had someone dethrone Stoney Benfield at the front. Stephen Black moves up to the pole position.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he won last race.
He did.
At Pocono.
Yes, he did. So he's on a roll right now. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row. Brian Nudie out on track right now. Looks like Brian has updated his picture on
let's see. Yep. And remember, buy one get one free. Enter code BOGO40.
Yep. While that's going on, well, they're just going to move over to Isaiah Gill now, who's coming down the back stretch. Man, we give these guys a little too much freedom here with their pictures, don't you think?
Yep, I mean, we might have to start enforcing some rules, but nothing. You might, if we see Matt Knights get on track, I mean, you might have to take a little look at that because that is interesting.
Yeah, Matt usually runs his. Yeah, Matt just has his raccoon up there still. He has not hit the track yet. Brett Merle on track as well right now, and the K&N machine.
There you go. Gill is on the front straightaway. Let's see what he's going to get. He gets to 12th with a 31.25. There's like a 3-way tie for 10th. But it looks like Max Mcclure is in 10th when it came down to the thousandths of a second.
Yeah, the Stephen Black kind of in a world of his own. Him and Stoney Benfield. And only 5 drivers sub 0.2s, as you can see on the side of the board there. But 17, another 17 for Gill. So we've got 3 drivers with a 17, a driver with a 19, a 21, 3 drivers with a 22. I mean, it's a tight field here in qualifying. See,
we got Mr. Dustin Dean on the track right now.
Oh, Dustin's up on track.
He was a runner-up last race.
I know he was very disappointed in himself last race, but it's a good opportunity for him to turn things around. And
And he was the 2020 iOS Cup Series champion, as you see him flexing that credential on his driver details. So we know he's a good driver.
He's right there hugging that white line all the way around turns 1 and 2. Lets it. Doesn't really come up, keep that momentum. He just kind of stays down on the bottom there. And now he's going to take that real high line through 3 and 4.
He might know something that we don't. With that line that he's running, there you see he goes down onto the apron. And where's that going to put him? Oh, that was just, I think that was just his warm-up lap.
Was it an out lap? There you go. So you see him right up against that wall there. Unless he made some contact with the wall earlier, which would disqualify his time.
I don't know.
We'll have to see right here as he comes across the line here, down on the apron. Yeah, he stays in it. And I don't see him returning. I don't see him reporting a time here.
Interesting. I don't know.
Blake, I'm not going to repeat that, but you do you. Oh, man.
Voice chat, you got...
Yep, if anybody's in the Facebook chat, you can go ahead and like that, but I like to kind of keep things a little more PG in the booth here, so I've got the young man Atlee with me, so I don't need to be explaining things to the young man, so we're just going to let that one be. So it looks like we have... How much time do we have left in the session here? Let's flip over.
Got like 1 more minute.
Yep,
and
about a minute left.
Everybody who's going to complete a time has completed the time. Matt Knights normally chooses not to complete a time, so he's going to stay off the track.
And Joe Wright qualifying in 25th. I think he's just trying to stay out of trouble. He got caught up in some stuff last night, and I think he's just trying to play it smart here. It looks like we're going to have about 27 cars starting tonight.
All right, that's a pretty good field, if I do say so. Because again, full throttle around this track in the truck, so you might see some drafting.
There's only 6 seconds left. Let's see if he lifts coming into the corner, which he does not. So exactly right. Full throttle all the way around the track.
All right, we're now gridding. There we go.
You can take the grid away, Atlee.
All right, we'll start it off. We got Stephen Black starting on the pole. It's a nice time. Outside of him, we got Stoney Benfield. Third place, we got Mr. Will Cloud Jr. Fourth is Isaiah Gill. And then rounding out your top 5, we got Devon Buccino.
Colin Willems in the 18 machine rolls off 6th. Derek Chaput, another Canadian, rolling off in the 7th spot. David Wright, Joe's brother, rolling off in the 8th spot here in the 5 machine. TJ Floyd in the 49 will be rolling off in 9th. And rounding out your 5th row will be Greg Froelich in the 71.
We got Mr. Max Mcclure starting 11th, Zach McBride 12th, Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence starting 13th, Logan Hagerman 14th, and then rounding out your top 15, we got the 8, Eddie Morris.
The 11 of Dylan Redding, he'll roll off 16th. Brian Merle Jr., the 74, he'll be in 17th. Brian Nudie, rounding out row 9. Alan Warnecki in the 72, and Michael Provolt will be your 20th starter tonight.
Brett Merle, 6 machine starts 21st. Got James F. Moore 22nd. Jacob Bowen 23rd. Got Sylvan Seguin starting 24th. And then got our very own Joseph Wright starting 25th.
Yep, Dustin Dean and Matt Knights will round out your 26th and 27th positions. We take a look at the track information tonight. 81 degrees, 54% humidity, a little cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour wind. We'll be running 94 laps here at Kansas Speedway. Track
I
temperature,
mean,
though, that's what you got to look at. 109 degrees. So very, very warm, slick track tonight.
I'm surprised the wind speed isn't a little bit, higher just because we are in Kansas.
Well, right now,
Now, just
if there's going to be any place to not be, let's look out for anybody who's in the Alabama area who was hit by some tornadoes today. So I know my buddy John Goke was down there, and I know he's a bit of a tornado watcher and fiend. But I hope everybody who's in that area, if you're watching, you've been safe.
absolutely. So looking as we went through the rundown of the field, who you got for here at Kansas?
Man, if it's anything like last night, I think we're going to have to watch Brian Nudie because he's been able to hold off on those older tires and be able to get back up to the front when it counts.
I don't know. He's been up there all season long, but he still hasn't gotten a win yet. I'm looking at Mr. Isaiah Gill in that 2 machine.
Well, as long as Isaiah can have a good restart, he should be all good. Speaking of Isaiah Gill, we're going to have him as our Wreckage Replay again tonight as the pace car is pulling off. Stephen Black leads them to the starting line. Green flag in the air. And a great jump from Stephen Black. And already we see Dave Wright get a little out of shape there. I don't know if he spun the tires a little bit or what happened there, but he jumped to the outside real fast as they come side by side through turns 3 and 4. And right now, this bottom line, that single file line on the bottom, really seems to be prevailing as Will Cloud Jr. tucked right in behind Stephen Black as they come down the backstretch.
You see, Stoney Benfield fell all the way down to 7th now. Had a terrible start there. Let's see if he can make his way back. Oh my gosh, I saw some smoke in the corner of my eye. 19 car. Dave Wright is involved. Caution's out. Big wreck.
Big wreck. Jacob Bowen up into the fence.
Man.
Got I was gonna say we have a landfill right here on the front stretch. It's gonna bring up our Wreckage Replay, which Isaiah Gill's truck right here looked very similar to what we just saw with the 70 with Jacob Bowen there in the 28. As we're gonna take a look at this, I know we saw Derek Chaput get a little out of shape. I don't know if he had a little help there or what, but
I think we might have seen a little bit of help there from the 18, possibly.
yeah, we're going to watch this one from the blimp only because there's so much going on. We want to make sure we get a really good view of that. So we see Chaput go into the corner. And Hadley, it looks like he just lost it by himself. You see him already coming around.
Yep.
No help from TJ Floyd here. Then he overcorrects it, and now he's going to get the help from TJ Floyd because TJ had nowhere to go. Here comes Colin Willems into the picture as well. Checking up Max Mcclure in that tide ride coming in. He's really got nowheres to go. Then we'll switch back.
It's kind of a domino effect after this.
Yeah, here comes Max Mcclure down into the 5 of Dave Wright. Colin Willems involved. He thought he was through it. Here comes Cheeseburger involved as well. Logan Hagerman, Eddie Morse. And here comes just cars come flying through here.
Good gosh.
Yeah, that was Brian Merle Jr. and Jacob Bowen up into the catch fence a couple times here as he's going to go flipping in for a wild ride. And, while we got a second, I actually want to take a ride along with that 28 machine so we can see exactly what he saw here.
Yeah. That's not where you want to be, and I bet the crowd was very, very scared when they saw that machine go into the catch fence. Oh my gosh.
Wild ride.
Goodness gracious. That might have to be our new Wreckage Replay. Oh my gosh.
But
somebody needs to turn that into a GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Lights on the pace car are already back off, as there was a lot to
Alright.
digest there in that. And I think it'd be quicker to go through the cars who weren't involved in that one. But lights on the pace car off, they're double file. I did see a car towards the back of the field. He was smoking. That's the 6 machine of Brett Merle.
Uh-oh.
That
Yep, you're right. I don't know if he blew an engine. Overheat is maybe stuck behind a car too long.
yeah. Looks like he's got some front end damage, so I think, oh yeah, the back end's all torn up on that too.
Yeah.
So I know he was involved in that incident. But as I mentioned, the lights on the pace car are already off. We're already double file. Pace cars pulling in. Stephen Black's coming to the restart zone. He's waiting until that green flag's in the air. Green flag, there it is. It's Stephen Black with a great jump there. And Devon Buccino on the bottom here, just starting to sneak through. He's going to move up in the second around Will Cloud. And here comes TJ Floyd right there as well. You see Max Mcclure coming out of the pits.
Ooh. Looks like everybody falls in line for the most part.
Yeah, that's
Oh, there we see Gill going under Stony Benfield.
yes.
There, he's able to get by him.
It's a little 3 wide action as Stony Benfield's caught on that high side. And here comes Brian Nudie all the way down to the bottom. They're 3 wide coming across the stripe.
Man, this is a big battle. We see TJ Floyd and Gill battling now. Isaiah Gill gets by TJ Floyd to move into the 4th spot. Working his way up, Isaiah Gill.
Brian Nudie now underneath the 75. And you see Joe Wright right behind him.
All right. In front of them, we see side by side between Mr. Froelich and Dylan Redding. And the Pelican Snowball Machine.
And a little further up, we've already got some more side by side. As right now, Devon Buccino is all over the back bumper of Stephen Black.
Okay. You see, he looks down there.
So we ride on the back here of Stephen Black. And you can hear really not lifting, but right now Buccino is going to get that real good draft here. And as you said, these trucks, they really suck up here, especially down the backstretch. It looks like Buccino's able to get a really good run here off of turn 2.
All right, we'll see if he can keep up that good run and maybe suck up a little bit more to that 98. We'll see the Buccino back to that back bumper of Stephen Black in no time.
Well,
Contact, Dustin Dean!
Eddie Morris down through the grass to avoid everything, but yeah, Dustin Dean.
Goodness gracious. Car's spinning, but we still stay green. Everybody's able to.
Yeah, we are still green.
If they go by a lap car, that is 28 of Jacob Bowen. Able to go by him cleanly.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a caution off that one, but
Nope, false alarm. Oh, there goes Gill trying to get by Will Cloud Jr. Goes down to the bottom. Side by side. See a little smoke coming from somebody.
it looks like somebody just came on the pit road. Is Isaiah Gill all the way down to that grass.
I've seen a lot of drivers doing that.
You know, there's grip down there, and you're definitely making the track a lot shorter. But that transition can really be, you know, treacherous as you're coming back onto the track.
Yep, that was kind of the thing when I was racing at Phoenix with the dog leg. Of course, it does kind of cut the track, but the transition onto the dog leg and off the dog leg was a little bit bumpy.
As you see, Brian Canuti already around TJ Floyd up into the 6th spot. So he's already had a pretty good run. He's up 12 positions. not our biggest move of the race. Biggest move of the race is just behind him, and Joseph Wright, who's up 17 spots already since the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, he started the race in 25th spot, so making his way up there. You see side by side, we see Dylan Redding, who I believe was involved in that incident with Mr. Dustin Dean. He's getting lapped by TJ Floyd.
Joseph Wright's trying to make it 3 wide for a second, using the lap
Ooh.
car as a pick.
There goes Joe looking low under TJ Floyd. Gets to the quarter. Oh, we saw a little bit of contact there.
While this battle's going on, we got another battle up at the front here as Isaiah Gill is all over the back bumper of Buccino. Isaiah's looking at the high side now, trying to make anything he can happen here.
Yeah, Isaiah so far, he's had that 2 machine on a rail, able to make his way up through the field. And here he is working on Buccino. Let's see what happens here.
And on the right side of the screen, you saw Nudie there working that high side, trying to make that high lane work around Greg Froelich. Wasn't able to happen, but here comes Gill to the inside as they come down the front stretch.
Ooh. I don't know.
Well, and as these guys are battling, it's allowing Stephen Black to start to pull away a little bit.
Almost gotten his lead to a second. Let's see if he can increase it a little bit more. I mean, if these two of 68 and the 2, if they continue to battle, the lead will increase.
Oh, Max Mcclure down on the pit road.
Uh-oh.
See his time at the bottom of the screen. And you see, again, Brian Nudie really running that real high side. He's making that high side work right now.
There goes Gill looking to the bottom once again. See Dylan Redding also there. Again, he's 1 lap down, and he's contending with the leaders.
Yeah, he's got a real strong truck, because he's going to try. It almost looked like he was going to take him 3 wide for a second. And he's helping Buccino a little bit with that draft, as they both are running the same paint scheme. Not the exact same paint scheme, but they have the same sponsor on there. It's Brian Nudie now working to the outside of Greg Froelich. I'm sorry, Will Cloud Jr.
I mean, Pelican Snowball, original New Orleans shaved ice. I mean, great company. I love going to Pelican Snowball.
I've never been.
One. Yeah, I mean, I got one right near in a couple, like, in the next town over, and it's great. And they have 100 flavors. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but I mean, great company. Go to your Pelican Snowball near you. Ad plug.
I was gonna say, do you get free snowballs for that?
Nope.
Isaiah Gill finally clears Devon Buccino.
There you go. Now he's going to try to track down the 98 of Stephen Black, who's got himself a 1 second lead over Gill right now. So right now, all across the field, pretty much the top 10 is all single file for the most part. Trying to find a battle.
Yeah, we don't have any real battles on the track, but you know what this would be a good time for?
I know what you're about to say. Pump up the intensity.
As we're working lap number 21 tonight, to see Joe Wright going around the 3 of Zach McBride right now.
All right. Not quite. And then we also got the 71 of Greg Froelich there as well in the midst of this battle. There goes Joe looking low. That rhymed unintentionally. Ooh, not quite. Trying to get a good run here.
As we are halfway through the stage will be ending at lap 40. Now we will not be going yellow. We're just going to end the stage, and where these guys finish, top 10 will get their points.
All right.
But this is a great.
I did forget that's the thing. Looks like Max Mcclure has officially ended his race. He's been on pit road for like 3 minutes and now coming on 4 minutes, so he's going to definitely lose a lot of track position if he does decide to go back onto the track.
As Joe.
There goes.
Yep.
Looking on Greg Froelich.
And Stephen Black is just making his way around lap traffic now. You see the gap between him and Isaiah Gill just behind him.
Still a second. I thought maybe Isaiah would close in the gap a little bit once he got by Buccino, but no. Stephen Black has that truck on a rail right now.
As you can see, the battle box in the bottom right corner here, you see pretty steady on the gap there. Hasn't really gained or gone away.
Nope, staying steady at 1.21.
It looks like these guys are, running pretty much the same lap times right now too. So.
Looks like Gill, let's see what happens this time by, as they're just now crossing the start-finish line. We'll let both of them. All right, so, yep, they're only 100th off of each other, lap time-wise, so I don't know.
So Joe Wright has made his way around Greg Froelich and set his sight for Will Cloud Jr. Right behind TJ Floyd, starting to stalk Stoney Benfield a little bit. Stoney having a rough night. He started on the front row, and he's fallen all the way back to the 9th position, and now TJ Floyd's challenging him for 10th.
Let's see what that 49 car can do, but, I mean, I remember early on in the race, that 75 felt like a rock on that initial restart, and since then, he's been just steadily dropping back in the field. Yeah,
and right behind him, you see Logan Hagerman starting to come into the picture in this battle for 10th as well.
All right.
Another battle right now. Joe Wright working his way on Will Cloud.
There you go.
No, I'm not trying to pull favorites here. It just happens to be the battle on the track at the moment.
Probably the only battle on the track right now, but there you see, there he goes to the bottom.
Oh, there's a battle right behind him too. Greg Froelich and Zach McBride side by side, as Joe Wright had to sneak back in, and now he's trying to make that run again. But looks like Zach McBride's going to clear Greg here.
Look back here to this battle between Joe and Will Cloud. Oh, Will Cloud Jr. tags the wall. That's going to let Joe right by.
Yeah, that's going to damage that right front. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt Cloud quite a bit here. So we see Brian Nudie now working the lap traffic.
It looks like got like 2 seconds between him and Buccino.
Up at the front, though. Guess what? Leads under a second now.
Okay. We're seeing Gill start to gain on Mr. Stephen Black. We'll see if it continues to decrease at the moment.
So he's cut about 0.4 of a second. Actually, more than that now. looks like Stoney Benfield, T.J. Floyd, and it looks like Will Cloud and Zach McBride still going at it back here.
All right.
Little battle on track.
Zach McBride gets clear of the 48. And I mean, ever since Will Cloud hit the wall, he's been dropping like a rock.
Stoney Benfield. And
trying to get by Fronek.
Yep, Fronek there. Pushing up the track a little bit, but Fronek's going to let him get that position. And Fronek has some issues. Looks like a bunch of people pitting now. Stephen Black, Isaiah Gill, Brian Nudie, Joe Wright, Greg Fronek, and TJ Floyd all on pit road.
Okay, strategy. We're seeing strategy. Matt Knight's also in. Eddie Morris. But we see Buccino, Zach McBride, and Will Cloud Jr. all stay out.
We see all these cars on pit road right now.
There goes Devon Buccino onto pit road.
Stephen Black down away. Nudie down away. Isaiah Gill. So it looks like Black had a really, really good pit stop there. Oh, we got one missing pit lane in the back.
Caution.
That's Provolt. Caution is out.
What happened? I didn't see who was in it.
It was Michael Provolt, I believe, in the 95. And I'm going to guess that he just lost it coming on the pit lane. So let's see if we can back this up. And I'm going to guarantee I saw his tire smoke and a car around coming to pit lane. And, yep, that's exactly what just brought out the caution. Just trying to get on the pit lane. Cooking it a little too much. And I think he hit the brakes trying to avoid the 75 there. Just loses it.
Dang. That's entering pit road, a lot of people don't realize it, but that's one of the hardest things to do, especially coming from 180 miles per hour all the way down to the pit road speed.
So that's a little bit of a break here for guys like Logan Hagerman and Brian Merle Jr. Actually, that's going to hurt them because they stayed out. And they're going to have to pit now under yellow. And they're going to lose all that track position that they just had.
I just realized all of the drivers who are on pit road are currently a lap down right now. So a ton of people are a lap down. There you see Hagerman onto pit road. Merle Jr. goes down. Stephen Black.
I think Stephen Black's just coming down to take fuel. So he can stretch out a little bit longer. But Isaiah Gill stayed out. And Brian Nudie right behind him.
So, with everything shuffling around, we got Isaiah Gill now in the lead.
Man, you were talking about food earlier. Now it made me hungry.
Oh, with the whole pelican.
Well, I know a couple of years ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, me and the family took a trip down to Virginia Beach. And one of my wife's friends said that we had to stop. And there was this frozen custard company down there that y'all have that we don't have up here. And it was really good. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I know they're on the boardwalk on Virginia Beach.
I mean, I don't go to Virginia Beach too much, so I don't know. Is it like frozen yogurt?
No, it's frozen custard.
What? Yeah, I don't know what I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm looking it up because apparently it's something that's very popular down in Virginia.
I've never heard of it. There goes Brian Nudie on the pit road.
And Isaiah Gill's the only one that stays out. It'd be Core Brothers frozen custard.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. But Pelican Snowball is great. 100 flavors, over 100 flavors, including toothpaste
Ooh,
and dill pickle.
interesting.
And they have one flavor, I forget what it's called, where they take all of the like syrup that they have and they mix it all together into like a brown looking mixture.
Real quick, want to shout out the Facebook while we got this opportunity under yellow. Dean Qualley said, "Good luck, everybody. Won't be able to attend. He had the update and he missed it."
Dang.
Cassie Willems says, "Let's go, Colin." Jeff Brewer says, "Let's go, Bowen." I don't know if he saw Bowen take that wild ride, but Nick Mathers says, "Wow, that must have been during the wreck." Yep. Blake Hensley says, "Thank God for the one fast repair back in place." Elena Nudie says, "Let's go, 40." Sean Spinozia says, "Shout out to Ali and the rest of the announcers." Or as Mike Join Fox says, "Crank it up. Let's get him past her."
No, that's copyright. We can't say
Yeah,
that.
we can't say crank it up. That's why we have pump up the intensity.
I think it sounds better in my opinion. I mean, but when they do crank it up on the broadcast, that's got to be one of my favorite parts.
Oh, for sure. I'm just glad they got rid of that silly little gopher icon when they had the gopher cam with Digger. I wasn't a.
Oh gosh, that was ending right when I started to watch NASCAR. The whole Digger, the gopher, but I did find it a little bit annoying.
Yeah, so as we come back to the restarts, you guys come through 3 and 4 here. Isaiah Gill's going to be your leader. Zach McBride to the outside. Logan Hagerman, Brian Merle, Stephen Black, and Brian Nudie making up your top 6, your first 3 rows as the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. Green flag back there. Oh, we got a mess in the back. It looks like Eddie Morris didn't get going.
Ooh, that is not good.
But Isaiah Gill gets a great restart. It's the first time I've said that all year, as he's going to get out to a great lead over Zach McBride here. As they rocket down the backstretch single file, and you can see how much this field has spread out due to that little bit of a checkup. And we're coming to the end of the stage here, as we see Stephen Black now underneath Logan Hagerman trying to take that 3rd spot away.
Oh, let's see. Zoo, is he clear? Yes. So Zach McBride moves into 2nd. Let's see, Stephen Black gets into 3rd.
A great battle there, as now Stephen Black looking to the inside of Zach McBride now. And he's got a little push here from Logan Hagerman trying to give him that little draft as we come to the start of lap 40 here. This is for the stage points, this next lap. So right now, Stephen Black is trying to get that stage win the best he can.
Ooh, I don't know. Can he do it? If Isaiah Gill can keep the momentum and keep it clean, I think he might get the stage win here.
As they come through turns 3 and 4, Stephen Black just ran out of time. And Isaiah Gill is going to be your stage winner. Stephen Black 2nd, Logan Hagerman 3rd, Zach McBride and Brian Nudie in 5th. Devon Buccino, TJ Floyd, Greg Froelich, and Brett Merle will make up your top 10. So that'd be your top 10 of the stage getting points. And behind this, got a great battle here between Brian Nudie and actually 72 is a lap down, but I thought it was a battle for position, but Nudie's just sitting here with this lap traffic.
I know, there's so many lap cars.
These guys all here are racing for position. Nudie's just kind of almost in the way.
Because even though he's on a lead lap.
Yeah, he's trying to let those guys race for position, and unfortunately with them racing the way they are, it's allowing this lead pack of 4 cars, or excuse me, this lead pack of 4 trucks, the truck cars as Joe would call them, to just pull away.
I mean, that's a great idea, call them the truck cars, from a broadcaster standpoint. Because you're so used to calling them cars that the trucks, it's like muscle memory, so I like that truck cars.
See Greg Froelich now in a battle with TJ Floyd here.
Catching up to the back bumper.
Yeah, he keeps getting to the back bumper, but looks like TJ gets a much better launch off the corner. But here comes Froelich now with a better run now to the inside. Right in front of him, you see Jacob Bowen, who took that wild ride earlier in the 74. Also getting up and over on his lid earlier in the race.
There goes Froelich trying to get by lap traffic. Jacob Bowen.
And back up front, Isaiah Gill still has Stephen Black all over his back bumper. And it looks like Stephen is, oh, nope, Stephen's going to look to the outside here as they come across the stripe.
Yeah, I mean, he qualified on the top of the board. We know he's got to pass a fast truck. And also, we got Logan Hagerman there in the 7 machine as well on that back bumper of Isaiah Gill.
It's a great push there. Like we said earlier, it's the Daytona of the Midwest, it seems, as Logan Hagerman is giving a great shove to Isaiah Gill and keeping him up in the front here. And yeah, that caution came out at a very unopportune time. It's really trapped a lot of the field a lap down, and it's really changed the dynamic of this race. I mean, if we were to get a caution now, I'm sure a lot of those guys would probably stay out to get their wave around and get back onto the lead lap. But right now, it's these 4 cars up front right now just battling it out. As we see Stephen Black now still working that high side, and Logan Hagerman now looking to the inside.
Yeah, that high side has not been working for Stephen Black. At first, Black had a good run, but he's fallen behind. As you see Hagerman working on him right now.
I wonder how much of the tires he ate up because of that, too. As you see Isaiah Gill try to break the draft there, but here comes Stephen Black to that back bumper. Stephen got a great launch there off the corner down the backstretch.
Ooh, there he goes. Tried to look low, blocks him on the apron.
And Atlee, how much do you think Isaiah Gill is looking in that mirror as opposed to out the front windshield right now?
A lot, I mean, trying to block him as much as you can, and that can sometimes be a little bit distracting though, so be careful. Of course.
We're back
as you see. Go ahead.
I was going to say back to single file, but here comes Stephen Black to the inside. Looks like he's got the position here. Coming towards turn 1. Can Hagerman give him the little push here that he needs to get him in front? Hagerman's trying not to get to the back bumper too hard, and here comes Zach Bride also on the bottom here. McBride can help Hagerman help Black here as well, as those 3 lined up on the bottom. But Isaiah Gill staying strong on the high side.
Great run in turns 3 and 4. Taking the lead is Stephen Black.
As they come around the lap car of David Wright. Stays out of the way and stays high. And man, these guys look like they're running for like it's the last lap right now.
In my opinion, you got to treat every lap like it's the last lap. Gives you that little extra motivation, little extra speed.
As the top 4, you could throw a blanket over them right now, and the rest of the field's really spread out. Small battles starting to shape up throughout the field, but right now it looks like the field is really just spread out quite a bit.
I'm looking through the field, trying to find anything. Let's see. Closest I see is between Stoney Benfield and Brian Merle Jr., but that's like, they've got like about I'd say 5 car lengths between those 2.
So you're right off the back bumper of Stephen Black right now, as you see Isaiah Gill trying to do whatever he can to try to get around him. And Stephen Black lifting right now, getting into the corner, so that kind of shows you where those tires are right now. Stephen had to really get out of the throttle there to make that corner.
that could hurt him for sure. And we might see Isaiah and Logan Hagerman kind of drop off from behind Stephen Black and see. We'll see if they try to save some tires.
Now we look off the front bumper of Isaiah Gill here at Stephen Black, and Stephen's got a little bit of a lead now. He's starting to pull away a little bit. Yeah, they're all starting to lift now, getting into the corner. So those tires are really starting to wear as Stephen Black comes up on the back bumper of Max McClure, and Eddie Morris dropping down to the bottom. I think that killed Stephen Black's momentum right there when Eddie Morris didn't really tell him where he was going to go. That allowed Isaiah Gill to start to reel him back in.
Yep, we'll see if he can catch him in the next couple of laps. We see Zach McBride trying to catch up to Logan Hagerman.
Oh.
There you see.
See, Dustin Dean just hit pit road.
Okay. Looking through the field. Ooh. Nope, that's a lap car. Let's see. All right, the closest battle, we got Will Cloud Jr. and Sylvan Seguin for 16th.
We also have Michael Lawrence and Michael Provolt here battling for position. Even though they're a lap down, they're in 13th and 14th, and Joe Wright in 15th. So this right here is a little battle for position. 13th, 14th, and 15th here on track.
All right. Let's see what happens here. Can the 47 of Michael Lawrence get up there to the 95? Goes low. He goes down on the apron. Provolt stays on the track.
We also have a battle right now between Devon Buccino and Brian Nudie.
Okay. We see.
Battling for 5th place on the track right now.
And Buccino is clear of Brian Nudie. We see Dylan Redding going under that, trying to go under that 40 as well.
But Nudie back to the outside. Nudie's been making that high lane work for him a little bit better than anybody else I've seen on track tonight. They come up on, they come up on the lap car of Max McClure. I didn't know if Nudie was going to try to use him as a pick or not right there.
Could have. There you see he's looking down.
And me personally, if I'm these guys, because we got Dave Wright on pit road right now, if I'm these guys, I wouldn't really be racing. I would just try to get lined up and see if we could catch the leaders down, because the draft is so powerful at this track, it seems like tonight, that if these guys were to line up and just put some laps together, they might be able to chase the leaders down.
Interesting. I think, let's see, so the gap between, right now, the gap between some of the gaps we see, Isaiah Gill is about, I'd say, 5/10 behind Stephen Black. We see Hagerman's a second behind Isaiah Gill. McBride is about 5/10 behind Hagerman.
Oh, we'll pull up the battle box. We'll put the top 5 up there.
All right. And then the gap between Buccino and Zach McBride is 3 seconds. So if Buccino and Nudie want to get up there to the front pack, they got to get hooked up with each other.
Well, that won't let me do a battle more than 2 cars, so we'll just roll with it. The other thing that's coming into mind right now is pit strategy. As the first stint, they ran 31 laps. We're approaching that right now as Isaiah Gill is up on 29 laps. Stephen Black did go in and top off there at the end of that other that last yellow flag. So he's got 3 extra laps of fuel compared to everybody else. So then Buccino and Canuti also went in. They got 25. So you'll see. I imagine Isaiah Gill will probably be coming onto the pits within the next lap or two.
We'll be watching that, see what happens, and what'll happen with some of the other lead lap cars. Hagerman, McBride, Buccino, Nudie. When are they going to go in? It's all about that strategy.
Well, he's working lap 31 of this stint now. You see James Moore on pit road right now. I think if Isaiah Gill comes in the next lap or two, you're going to start to see everybody come in. Just because it's the tires are going to be so much better. And the lap times, he'll be putting down lap times, possibly 2 seconds a lap faster than anybody else. Although,
Because
I was going to say, Stephen Black is still running sub 33 second laps. He's the only car on the track who's sub 33 seconds right now.
I mean, that just proves how fast Stephen Black is right now. He's got, again, tire race. He's got that truck on a rail.
Greg Froelich onto pits. Here comes Isaiah Gill onto the pits.
All right, here we go. We're seeing some stuff right here.
See if anybody else, I was going to say, see if anybody else follows him down in the pit road.
Yeah, we might see some follow the leader.
Yep, here comes
McBride.
Joe Wright on the pit road as well.
Right.
Well, Joe looks like he just had a connection issue. He's back. A little further back, that's TJ Floyd on pit road.
But Stephen Black stays out. Because he did have that extra 3 laps over everybody else. Because he went into top off.
We'll throw the track map up so you can see where everybody is. There goes Isaiah Gill off the pit road. And Stephen Black now has already put him a lap down. And Stephen Black is entering turn number 3 right now. So that is a lap and a half of time lost with that pit stop there.
There we go. Stephen Black onto pit road. So does Logan Hagerman.
Sounds like quite a few cars on pit road right now. As you see, pit road is a very busy place. Stephen Black, like you said, on pit road, coming to that number 1 pit stall.
Here, because he, had a fantastic time during qualifying.
And you see Isaiah Gill now coming middle of 3 and 4. Oh, one car, that's Derek Chaput, had to back up there. He had a little issues on pit road. We take a look at he's still having issues on pit road. The 37 is Chaput going back and forth onto his pits as you see all the cars coming off of pit road right now.
So it looks like Buccino's in the lead right now. He's on pit road, so I think when everything cycles back around, I think Stephen Black's going to be the leader.
Here we see Brian Nudie coming off of pit road right now as well. But yeah, Buccino is your leader, but Stephen Black just went by right there. Stephen Black at full speed coming off of turn number 2.
Yep, he's able to go full throttle again with those fresh tires.
And Isaiah Gill not too far behind.
2 seconds right now. And the gap is increasing. So I don't know. 3 seconds now.
See Brian Nudie and Devon Buccino. This is a battle for 5th place right here.
All right.
to get around the lap car, the number 6 of Brett Merle.
There you see they go by some cars exiting pit road.
As we saw Derek Chaput have some major issues on pit road. Just not able to get in and out of his pit box. He's lost quite a bit of time. He's sitting back in the 23rd spot now because of it.
There goes Nudie down low. And he's clear.
And while that was going on, we just had a pass for second place. Logan
Ooh.
Hagerman around Isaiah Gill. But the interval to Stephen Black now is 5 seconds, as we have just 25 laps to go. So right now, as we see Isaiah Gill now under attack from Zach McBride.
Man, Isaiah Gill is falling a little bit behind. There goes McBride. He's clear. There goes Joe Wright by Isaiah Gill as well, even though he's a lap car.
Yep. But Stephen Black still, actually Stephen Black's lead is shrinking, as the gap is now down to 4.5 seconds. But there's only, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I think once Logan Hagerman, even though he's behind Dylan Redding right now, once he got into some clean air, he started to track down Stephen Black. And I think I saw as soon as he got by Isaiah Gill, I started to see the interval between him and Stephen Black start to decrease. But it looks like it's growing a little bit now.
Yeah, it looks like that lap car of the 11 there just really held up Hagerman there. And he wasn't able to run the line he wanted, and he lost a ton of time. He lost almost a half a second. As you see just in front of Hagerman here, you see the 19 of Max Mcclure back out on track.
All right.
Max is in the 24th position.
And that Tide machine.
So right now, the last thing Stephen Black wants to see is a yellow.
Oh, I mean, that would be awful for Stephen Black.
Yep. Right now, what the rest of the field wants to see is a yellow. Now, I'm no Larry Mack. I don't have no statistics, so I don't know when the yellow usually comes out. But if I had to guess, just with the way the iOS races have been, my trend would be I bet you we do see a yellow flag come out with about 10 to go. That'd be my guess.
So I do kind of, I kind of want to look at that, the truck race from last race. When was the final caution? I have to. Let's see. The fans want to know. Let's see. So. So the last truck race, Clean Harbors 200, October 17th, 2020. The final caution was on with, let's see, how many laps to go would that be? It was in overtime, so they ended up having an overtime finish, like, for last truck race.
There you go. So that means a caution came out within the last 10 laps.
So, I don't know.
A little battle on track here for 12th and 13th between James Moore and Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence is going to get around James Moore here.
All right. The field pretty much single file right now.
Yep. See Sylvan Seguin getting around Brett Merle for the 15th position. Hey, every point matters at this point of the game. Playoffs are coming up quick.
Mm-hmm. We see TJ Floyd going below Chaput. Oh, no, that's not for position.
But still up front, Stephen Black.
I mean, I don't know. Does anybody have anything for Stephen Black? I personally don't think so, unless there's a caution. That'll be the only thing that'll hurt Stephen Black.
And I know he's not wanting that to come out, but everybody else on the field is wanting that to come out, so.
I don't know. We'll see. Coming here to 15 to go.
Yep.
Here's a look. Let's see. So after this, we're going to have Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, that playoffs are coming up quick because Richmond and Talladega are going to be your last chances for the playoffs, which will be starting up very, very soon.
I love the decision to make Talladega the season finale. And then Richmond, another great short track, my home NASCAR track. We'll see how a short track plays with the second, and then let's take a look at our playoff schedule. Let's see. What's that? Want to see? Let's see. Auto Club.
You start off at Charlotte, and then Auto Club, and then the round of 8 will be at Texas and the Roval.
The Roval, okay.
Yep.
And then season finale
at Las Vegas.
Ooh, okay. We got a nice playoff schedule.
As we're coming to just 13 laps to go here. And Stephen Black with a tremendous lead right now on the field. As you can see the gap. Your top 7, only 7 cars on the lead lap right now.
Man, I mean, with the caution coming out while we were having green flag pit stops, that hurt so much for these drivers.
Yeah, that really shook up the field quite a bit. As you can see, the top 7 separate. I mean, TJ Floyd is in jeopardy of going a lap down right now. He's only a second in front of Stephen Black, and you can see right there, that green car that's just in front of Stephen Black, that is going to be TJ Floyd, your 7th place driver. There he is right there in the middle of the screen.
Uh-oh. They're dropping like flies.
And again,
we're coming here to 10 to go.
Yeah, Joseph right now working on the back of Greg Froelich. That's for the 8th spot. And again, these guys are a lap down, racing real hard, trying to get every point they can. I know Joe's had a couple rough nights. He's trying to get some playoff points to get himself, or some points to get himself into the playoffs.
And even if he doesn't make it by Froelich, he'll still get a top 10. And points-wise, the top 10 is just what the doctor ordered for Mr. Wright.
Yeah, Brett Merle getting passed by Stoney Benfield. Benfield's going to move himself up in the 16th position as he's pulling away now. Joe Wright to the high side here.
Man.
As we look back up front now.
Stephen Black, if he can keep it clean for these final laps, I think he's got it.
Yep, goes around the lap car of David Wright. You see him working on the 49 machine of TJ Floyd, trying to put him a lap down.
And that'll leave, once he gets TJ Floyd a lap down, then that's going to put only 6 cars on the lead lap. They're dropping like flies.
And right now, Joseph Wright is hoping that TJ Floyd races Stephen Black kind of hard for this position. Because right now, Joe is in the lucky dog position. So if we were to get a yellow right now, That would put Joe back onto the lead lap as you see Stephen Black just riding right now behind TJ Floyd.
I don't know. It's going to take a miracle for Stephen Black to not get by TJ Floyd. Unless TJ Floyd's a Ryan Newman. We know Ryan Newman is harder to pass than a kidney stone.
That is for sure, as they're actually catching some more lap traffic. You see the 68 of Buccino right there in front as well. And it looks like Stephen Black's going to get a twofer. He's going to put TJ Floyd a lap down here. He's going to put Buccino a lap down shortly ahead.
Yep, there he goes. He's clear. And then after that, there's only going to be 5 cars on the lead lap. Unbelievable.
And with only 5 laps to go, Brian Nooney's 30 seconds ahead, or 30 seconds behind, quote unquote. That's a good chance, you know, Stephen Black might lap the entire top. There might only be 4 cars on the lead lap when this is all said and done.
I mean, I don't think we've ever seen this many cars go a lap down in NASCAR since like the olden days.
That's for sure. It's been a while since something that wild has happened.
And a lot of it is because of when the caution came out right while green flag pit stops were going on.
So right in front of the leaders right now, there's a little bit of a battle going on between Will Cloud and Sylvan Seguin as they're battling it out here for 15th and 14th. Seguin gets around Cloud. And right in front of this, yellow is out.
No! Dave Wright.
Well,
while exiting pit road.
Well, Atlee, this changes everything.
Everything.
So we're going to see what happened to Dave Wright here as he's coming off of pit road after getting some service done.
Just gets loose.
Yeah, it looks like he just hit the gas a little too hard and
gets into the grass, looks like.
Well, that is going to change everything. Because now, just like Atlee's trend here, we're going to set up a green-white checker.
I did it. Call me Larry Mack.
As we got 10 viewers on the Facebook right now, and Stephen Black comes on the pit road.
Interesting. Logan Hagerman stays out.
Isaiah Gill? I wonder if Isaiah's going to be coming in here. No, Isaiah's coming in the pit road. Here comes Brian Nudie off of turn number 4 here. Is he going to dive down on the pit road? He does. As you see,
I got 10 watching on YouTube right now. As you said, same thing for Facebook. So make sure to share as we're getting down to this green-white checkered while we see a little break in the action as it gives exposure to the league, the drivers, and our sponsor. Wait, we don't. No, we don't have
a sponsor in this league, but that's all right.
I'm just so used to saying that. We'll say the sponsor is Pelican Snowball.
So, Brian Nudie, Isaiah Gill are going to have fresh tires here along with Stephen Black. So, yeah, this is going to make a exciting run. It's going to be very similar to what we saw last night. So let's take a look at our pit strategy just so we can see where everybody's at right now.
All right.
Actually, we're going to have to wait till they cycle through. Brett Merle on the pit road. Eddie Morris and Brian Merle also on the pit road right now.
All right, so 27, 28, 26, 28, 28 is our top 5. So top 5 is nearing the average pit window, which is about 32 laps.
Well, you see right there, Black, Gill, and Nudie there. That little sliver at the end, that means they just pit.
Oh, I just now saw that.
Yep, so Hagerman and McBride both out there on, when this goes back green, 30-lap tires.
Ooh. We'll see whether tires are going to hurt those two.
You know, after watching the race last night and seeing what tires did, um, I think, honestly, I think Logan Hagerman and Zach McBride just threw this race away.
Uh-oh. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I mean, unless something happens to Stephen Black and Isaiah Gill. I mean, Isaiah Gill does have a restart coming up, so we know how that usually works out. But we'll have to see exactly if they can get the jump. And having older tires, both Hagerman and Zach McBride, I mean, that's going to be tough for them because they're not going to be able to put the power down. They're not going to have the grip that Stephen Black and Isaiah Gill and Brian Nudie sitting back there are going to have.
My prediction is on this restart, they're just going to fly right by McBride and Hagerman.
Yeah. See Devon Buccino getting the wave around. He stayed out in front of the leader, so he'd get one lap back here. And TJ Floyd was your lucky dog. So that puts 7 cars on the lead lap. Logan Hagerman, Zach McBride, Stephen Black, Isaiah Gill, Brian Nudie, TJ Floyd, and Devon Buccino, the only cars on the lead lap. Right now, your lucky dog is Joe Wright. And if we get another attempt at the green-white checker, it's going to get him around. Greg Froelich would be next in line. So Joe and Greg and Michael Provolt will be racing real hard for the and Brett Merle. And we know Brett Merle has tires here, so they're going to be racing real hard for that lucky dog position.
But here we go. We're about to go back green here with our first green-white checkered.
And if we need to, we will have 3 attempts if needed. As the pace car comes off turn 4, takes that hard left-hand turn, as Joe would say, skirt. And Hagerman on the gas already. You see McBride spinning the tires.
Oh no, the 66 Sylvan Seguin, Dylan Redding.
Yellow is back out.
Uh-oh.
You said it was the 66?
Oh, 66 killed it. You'll see what I mean here if you watch Sylvan Seguin.
We're going to be focusing right on that 66 here.
Yeah, this is the definition of gilded right here. Boom.
You see the 66 just, gets on the gas, hits the wall.
Gets Redding, Will Cloud.
TJ Floyd, who just got his lap back. A couple of Eddie Morris involved as well, it looks like. We're going to back it up just a little. Yep, Eddie Morris involved. Eddie was way far back. I'm not really sure how he got involved in this one. Let's right along on his roll bar here, or on his roof here. Let's see if we can see exactly. Oh, he just sees smoke and. Oh, maybe.
And with that new smoke model, it's hard to see.
It doesn't look like he hit anything, so he's good to go.
All right.
So it looks like Logan Hagerman's stopping down here, waiting for the pace car to come around.
Here he comes. Sometimes the pace car he's on his own schedule and he needs everybody else to run on the same schedule that he's running on, so sometimes the pace car can be in a different place than the leader is, so they have to, slow down. It's especially hard on road courses with a pace car.
There goes Joe Wright.
There we go. Gets back on the lead lap. But you get everybody asking, where's the pace car in the voice chat. I bet you, before the pace car got back in front, there were at least 2 or 3 people asking on the iRacing voice chat, where's the pace car? Get someone to say, oh, he's in turn 3 and 4.
So with Joe Wright getting back on the lead lap here, I figured he would have taken the opportunity right there to pit. I don't know if he's doesn't have any tires left in the pit box, or if he's just going to catch up first before he dives down in there. Because I'll tell you what, if he's got a set of tires left on the pit box, that could be a game changer. Yeah, exactly. My exact words. You took the words right out of my mouth. We saw that work last night. We'll have to see if see him down on the apron here. I think he's just trying to gain some positions here, get back to where he needs to be. We'll have to see if he pulls on the pit road here. Greg Froelich and Zach McBride both on pit road. Here comes Joe on the pit road.
Yeah, Dayton Wee's saying on Facebook, these guys are giving out free plugs, ad plugs, like it's Halloween candy. It's what I do. I love reading ads. Quick shout out to Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria.
Fastest dump trucks.
40.
Yep,
fastest
dump trucks in the Northwest. Man,
People magazines. Top 10 OK's pizza.
Yep. And you know what? I'm going back to the race here. I'm kind of shocked that Logan Hagerman stayed out. I really am. I don't understand what he's got to gain here. I mean, you've got all these cars. You only have 8 cars on the lead lap.
I mean, if he finishes top 3, we'll have to ask him in the interview. I mean, what was his thinking for the decision? Who knows, though? He might know something that we don't, and he could win the race because of the decision that he made. I don't know. It seems unlikely just because of how tore up his tires are.
Yeah, I mean, we already saw the 66 of Seguin have issues on the restart on those old tires, and man, I'm just questioning it. In my mind, I'm baffled.
There goes Sylvan Seguin Mister on the pit road.
As we're re-racking them right now, get them double file. As we go for attempt number 2 of the green-white checker.
All right. Hopefully nobody gills it this time. I forget which broadcast that was, but if somebody can tell me which broadcast that was, everybody needs to go see that first restart with that 2 machine of Isaiah Gill.
Oh, that was the Atlanta race.
Atlanta race. In the trucks?
In the trucks, yep.
All right, so you got to try to look for that on Intensity Broadcast. That's a great moment right there.
So here we go. Pace car pulls off again. Hagerman to the gas. Oh, he spins the tires. Look at him. Really spinning the tires. Green in the air. Side by side, Stephen Black and Isaiah Gill. And right now, Hagerman is just a sitting duck right now.
Ooh. He's going to have to throw some hard blocks.
As here comes these cars all behind him. Nudie.
Oh!
Talk about blocks. You see Isaiah Gill throwing a huge block on Buccino. And now Gill to the inside. Nudie to the outside. White flag is in the air.
He's going to fall way behind Gill. And Nudie. Oh, my gosh.
And Devon Buccino right there as well. As Buccino's looking to the inside of Nudie. Can Nudie make this high side work as he's been doing all night as they come down the backstretch? And as those guys are going to battle, that's exactly what Isaiah Gill wants to see as they're side by side entering turn 3. Does anybody have anything for Isaiah Gill as they come off the corner? Buccino slides in front of Brian Nudie. Nudie back to the inside. Isaiah Gill to the line. Isaiah Gill's going to win it.
Man, Isaiah Gill, I actually picked him for my prediction to win. Gets the dub here. Wow.
Devon Buccino in second, Brian Nudie third, Stephen Black fourth. Logan Hagerman falls all the way back to 5th. Then we'll get your results on the screen. As you see, Zach McBride, TJ Floyd, Joseph Wright, Brian Merle Jr., and Michael Provost round out your top 10.
James Moore, Greg Froelich, Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, Sylvan Seguin, despite getting in that incident, he finishes 14th. Will Cloud finishes 15th. And then we got Benfield, Merle, and Matt Knights.
Then Dylan Redding, Alan Warnecki, and round out your top 20. But right now, it is all about Isaiah Gill and getting this burnout.
Yes, there we go. He's been practicing, I can tell.
It looks like an Atlanta restart right there.
Oh, no. I see what you did there.
As we're going to get, I'll wait for everybody to jump into the waiting room here so we can get some interviews done as they're lining up right now for their picture.
Love the picture.
Great job, everybody. There's a great shot of it right there.
Look at that. There they go. Hey, and they're all celebrating. We see Nudie does a little burnout.
A little demolition derby after the fact. Let's see if we can dial up Brian Nudie here, our third place finisher.
There you go. He's in the waiting room.
There he is. Hey, Brian, you got Josh and Atlee in the booth. You got us?
Hey there, hi there, ho there. I got you.
Hey, man, that was a great run. You were my pick from the start. After seeing what you did last night, I was hoping you were going to be able to do it again. You almost got that opportunity with new tires. I know Logan Hagerman stayed out on the old tires and kind of blocked a little bit for you. But how'd the race go from your side of things tonight?
I knew I had a top 5 car. I had nothing for Stephen Black. I feel bad for that guy. It's 2 nights in a row. He's kind of lost just because of a late race caution. And, I knew I had no chance at finishing any better than basically third. So I was just like, oh, well, I'm just going to try and do some tire strategy because it seems to be working out for me lately. So I got to give it another go.
Man, I got to ask me, coming into that green-white checker, what was going through your head? What was your plan?
I was going to turn Isaiah.
well,
I was just trying to get the best run I could, and I thought maybe the outside might work, but the tires were just too new. The bottom was king, and me going to the outside trying to pass Isaiah, it definitely cost me second place, but I got to give it a try. Already locked in the playoffs, so I'm just going for stage points to carry on into the playoffs.
Well, in reality, Isaiah was starting in front of you on the restart. Did you really have to turn him, or do you think he was going to turn himself?
I honestly thought he was going to turn himself, but I figured if given the opportunity, I'd probably just do it too.
Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
As always, I got to thank my beautiful wife for letting me do this. Got to thank my teammates. Got to thank, as always, Gill's Dump Truck Service and Pizzeria, the fastest dump trucks in the Northwest and the okayest pizza in the Northwest as well. And then also got to give a congratulations to Isaiah Gill, finally getting his first ever career win in iRacing. He's never done it before. Everybody was congratulating when he was going down. It was like when Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations again. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And also, also got to give a shout out to Stephen Black. He dominated the race. He deserved to win it.
Man.
And then, Isaiah had to take it from him.
Yeah, tough break for him for sure. But thanks again, Brian. And like I said, we'll talk to you. We got the Roval coming up soon, so I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Now we got our second place finisher, Devon Buccino. Devon, you got Josh and Atlee in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Man, you had a great run all night, up front most of the night, coming back those tires at the end, really making a difference with Logan Hagerman staying out there. How did the race go from your view?
That was an excruciating race at the end of that. I made the call to not take tires on the last green flag pit stop because there were so many guys a lap down. I figured if we went into the end, the worst would finish. It's still a top 10. And Steven and TJ got by us with 2 to go, that caution with 2 to go. And TJ got the lucky dog, and then we took the wave around and got the quick caution off the wreck in the beginning. And I knew Brian had fresh tires, so I knew it was going to be a race between me and Brian trying to get to the front. But Normally strategy doesn't work out that well, so can't complain.
So, I mean, coming into this race, I know you had to have had a strategy. How did it change throughout this race, and how did your plans change?
After the first pit stop, after the first set of tires, which was about 30 laps in, it was pretty much going back and forth with everyone on the team. Did we take tires on this last, what would be our last stop if we went green to the end, which we almost did. And it was just going back and forth. After running the cup race, that's exactly what I did in the cup race. But we were able to execute it a little better, just not taking them and hopefully catching the late caution, which we were thankful able to do.
Yeah, before I ask you who you have to thank, I do see a shout out for you. Just came across the Facebook. Abby Trudeau says, "Woo Buccino." So
Yeah,
just want to give
taking a page out of Dustin Dean's book. Got to thank my smoking hot girlfriend for supporting me every time I get on here, watching along. Really appreciate that. So.
anybody else you'd like to thank tonight.
Yep. I got to thank New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're in the area, they can do any custom piece you want. Anything you can imagine, they can do. Pelican Snowballs with this badass looking truck tonight. The National MS Society. Carolina Sim, thank you guys at Intensity. And then Mommy and the Registry. Less than 10% of the states offer maternity leave financial support. This helps with that. It's comparable to a honeymoon fund. You can add it to your baby shower registry. So I just want to thank those guys for being on the truck tonight.
Awesome, man. Well, again,
I was gonna mention this. We did have somebody on YouTube said, Buccino is definitely my Italian cousin.
Long lost cousin. We don't have to get together on that, guys. We got to crack that case.
There you go. Again, congratulations on the runner-up finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Hopefully. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
And now, our winner tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Isaiah Gill. Isaiah, you got Josh and Atlee in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on the win. I know Nudie said this is your first ever win on iRacing, so congratulations on that. And I have to ask, and I'm going to ask the hard question. Coming down to the end, you had a restart. Was that going through your mind, just getting a good restart and not spinning the tires and junking the field, or were you just trying to get around the Logan Hagerman who was on older tires?
Funny story. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, but I seen Zach tire spin in front of me, and I thought it was the end of the race. And yeah, my main goal was just not to let Canadian win.
Yeah, he said on that final restart, his goal, if he got up to you, he was going to turn you.
I mean, it's Canute. He can't drive. All he can turn is left and right. Can't just turn left. But yeah, that's his main goal, is just to beat me.
And I don't know if you know what brought out that last caution, but as Atlee mentioned, it was somebody gilled it in the back of the field. So and I think that allowed you to get that better restart there and have a chance there at the end.
Yeah, for sure it did. I just know that TJ, give all props to him for the strategy, and he told me that somebody gilled in the back, and I was in tears laughing because I felt that pain.
You know how it feels, but any shout outs, family members or sponsors you want to thank for your win?
Of course, I like to thank the one and only TJ Floyd, not Brian Canute, Vicky Smith, and my dad for putting the tires on the car.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. That's going to lock you into the playoffs now, and those are starting up pretty soon. So you just instead of having to try the crapshoot at Talladega, you lock yourself in tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Now it's just time to get TJ into the playoffs, so I'll be pushing him the whole time.
Well, we do know TJ is a great super speedway racer. I've raced with TJ in the super speedways myself, so I know you guys can get him up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, Isaiah, congratulations, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
Well, Atlee, we saw a little bit of everything tonight. We saw long green flag runs, some green flag pit stops, a late race caution, a couple green-white checkers. Man, this one had it all.
Yeah, I mean, definitely my favorite part of the race had to have been the whole strategy. We saw strategy come into play so much with fuel and tires, and we saw, the decision with Logan Hagerman. But I love the strategy part of racing, and it was a fantastic race. And one more time, round of applause for Mr. Isaiah Gill.
For sure. So if you're still with us, again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. Don't forget to listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and or Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. And Atlee, you got anything else you would like to add? You can take it home.
Well, I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss, and thank you so much for watching. And on behalf of Intensity Broadcasting, again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. We got Dirty Thursday tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned. Have a great rest of your night. Over and